Real Lion back at you again. First, I do my disclaimer. This channel is about the truth and nothing but the truth. And if you care about the truth, you're at the right place. This channel does not condone low-level nonsense, self-hate, violence of any kind, or any other foolishness. I do not condone that. You do that stuff, that's on your own. Now, let's talk about Judge Joe Brown. First, I'd like to say shalom to my brothers and sisters that's in the truth. And I want my brothers and sisters to understand where I'm coming from. That is not in this truth. And what I mean is an acknowledgement of your identity as an Hebrew Israelite. By blood, not by no religion or cult or anything like this. This is a blood lineage thing. Because, again, I know I'm going to miss some people with that, but oh well. So, Judge Joe Brown is one of the very, very few men that I respect. Because his views is about men and masculinity. And here's the thing what he's talking about. When you're talking about masculine men, you are talking about fathers. You are talking about providers and thought thinkers. And you are talking about men that go beyond the call of duty for their children and their family and their race and the credit to their people. We're not talking about solely intellectuals or people with money and position. We're talking about the mindset and the spirit. Because some of these younger millennials don't get it. Because the spirit has been beaten out of us and self-hate, and we taught to love ourselves the way other people do. And the only way we can enjoy ourselves is by their opinion and what they think and how they feel. And the majority of our brothers and sisters that's in this world have to gravitate to one thing and one thing only. As a so-called black man, we have been taught and branded by the ones we love and care about, because those who in charge have made it that way. And to their best efforts, they have done an outstanding job. And there's a lot of women on here. If it wouldn't be for them, we would not be where we at. And I commend those women who know exactly what I'm talking about. Meaning the alpha women, not the betas, not the women who don't understand what's going on because maybe they missed the boat when it comes to understand. Number one, the symbolism of a man. I see a lot of commercials want to divide us and make us think about this and that. But the problem with what Joe Brown is saying is, how can you put a woman in front of a man? It's probably the same men who kneel and ask their wife to marry them and not the other way around. Because it's the issue, and I want you to understand that. And I'm speaking from personal experience and something that happened to me. When I was being proposed by my wife, I didn't kneel. She didn't kneel either. Because here's the difference what you need to understand. Spiritually, I'm over her. Because the Bible said so. My brothers and sisters in the truth understand that. Alpha women follow alpha men. Beta women follow other women. Case in point, Donald Trump. 54% of white Caucasian women, meaning alphas, voted for an alpha male. Betas voted for Hillary Clinton. And some didn't even vote for her at all. Why? Because real alpha women don't follow alpha believers or alpha wannabes or pretenders. They follow alpha males. That's how this works. That's how it goes. But people who have been slaves and have a slave mentality and have no identity. Only the identity they have is because of someone else's opinion and someone else's construct of what we think and we feel. But when it comes to them, they're superheroes, they're articulate men, and they can be whatever they want to be on the TV screen. They can make anybody whatever they want. But it seems to be people on the Breakfast Club have a problem with Judge Joe Brown, opinion of masculinity and a man. And a man should be a man. Number one, he's not alone. But the problem is, alpha black males are being ostracized by the betas and the wannabe pretenders. Then the first thing they ask are, where are the males? Where are the men? Where's this? You're drowning them out. You don't want those type of men. You want catch and fetch Negroes. You want men that have a mindset of either being a tyrant or I'm trying to be nice, but those who want to have a feminine mindset. And people can talk about how much money you make, where you live, where you drive. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about solely ability to raise your voice or be a tyrant or any of that stuff. Get your mind out the gutter. Because a man is supposed to be a man. The problem is you have women telling men how men should be a man. Instead, it'll be in the other way around. Alpha men should determine how alpha men should be determined. It's not about Harriet Tubman. We love Harriet Tubman. And everybody knows for her descendants all on Instagram describe herself an acknowledgement of her identity as an Israelite. She knows that she's from the tribe of Judah. So people can talk about different diasporas of Africa because she knew the difference between Shemitic and Hamitic tribes. She know the difference between just what someone wants to do. And Harriet Tubman was a very humble but yet strong man. And what I mean by humble, she knew the order way God intended to do. She not talking about beta tyrant or men who wants to be in another mindset. She talking about men like Judge Joe Brown that would lay his life down for his woman and protect her. But the problem is that the black woman in the communities, with those with that mindset, they don't want to be told anything. And they don't know what to do and how to do it. And the first thing they're trying to figure out why they can get an alpha male. And then they wonder why other get gravitating to it, because other women have no problem with being feminine or being vulnerable or exposed. But problem is, on the flip side of it, is so many of our women are ostracized. Because on one hand, she have to be the protector. On one hand, she have to be the provider and the inspirational leader. And some say she's working two bros. No. You just function in a capacity what you do. No, you're not a man. I hear women say this all the time. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need a man. I make my own bills. I pay my own bills. So I don't need a man. And with that mindset, it wrinkles down to generations, and you see those who just want those mindset. Because why? That's not the mindset to do. The Most High God desire for every man to have his own wife and every wife have her own husband. Not just children out of wedlock. Not just jumping from bed to bed. Not just I'm have a penis and this, that, and the third. That's not what it's about. But the problem is, especially with Angela Lee, which I know she's not an Israelite, because, when it comes down to real issues concerning us or about us, she have no answer or concern. Only thing she want to do is talk about gossip and raunchy and feminist stuff. But then, because Wi-Fi with that? Because it's not just solely on skin color or being able to relate or you've been around. This is a blood thing. And Judge Joe Brown knows these things. Judge Joe Brown is trying to tell men to be men. But no man should tell you how to be a man or how to function as one. Don't listen to the TV shows and that want to create this agenda. There is no alpha man, or the new man have to be feminine like Pharrell, and he have to look like someone else, or look like he came out of a Sweetie Pie video or anything like that. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying is, where are the alpha males at? And only the alpha males going to get what I'm coming from. Because the strongest inspiration is the man. Period. But these new feminist movement who have no business in our, because the feminist movement have destroyed us even further than Jim Crow and Willie Lynch and redlining and all other things we have allowed ourselves to pray to, religion and all kind of idolatry and all kind of pagan worship and all kind of demonic oppression and depression and self-hate and generational curses and mental illness and teen pregnancy and these sexually transmitted diseases And everyone who is meddling in our affair, have an opinion, have a voice where it shouldn't matter. But they movies to pin us against one another, and we all fall for it. Why? Because the power B is like this. They make like a dog, right? He has a bone, and they put a string on it, and we're willing to do whatever and however it is to make $1. Even if it is, we have to break the second greatest commandments. The Most High God wants us to keep ourselves to ourselves by loving your brother and your sister and respecting your brother and your sister as your own. But because of these mindset people who gets false empowerment, and then this is what I tell the black woman with these feminists, which they know. I love my sisters. I'm only going to choose them, and I'm only going to rock with them. So don't think I'm one of those brothers on these YouTube channels want to bash sisters and all this gender war and feminists and all this other crazy nonsense. I'm the wrong one for that. But I do have to call a spade a spade. The feminist movement have destroyed the black woman, the new millennial mindset even more than what it is. Because people thinking because it's about money make you a man. Or wearing boots make you a man. Or wearing jeans make you a man. Or wearing pants wear you a man. And we all know Deuteronomy 22:5 about those things. And we understand certain women have to wear those attire when it comes to their job, their occupation, etc., the climate. And we all know the woman is supposed to wear what pertains to a woman, and a man is supposed to wear what pertains to what he's supposed to, which is a man. But the problem is people have a real problem with Judge Joe Brown. Why? Because, he just an old head. He just lost. He don't know what he's talking about. He hit his head. No, he didn't hit his head. He's right on head. The problem is the feminist movement have destroyed us, and it's going to continue to destroy us, just like Democrat and Republican. All of those venues are more layers to distract us and confuse us and keep us more divided and lost and conquered as a people as it is. And we can talk about individual accomplishments and individual this and that, but what about us as a people? Everybody steps on us, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody snickers, and everybody comes in our neighborhoods because we don't have a community, take from them and bring their household. But it seems to be, when it comes to a larger degree, the southern tribe, and especially the tribe of Judah, because I understand the number has been really, really, really done on us. I understand it happens to all the other tribes, but it looked like they really, really focused and put an emphasis on the tribe of Judah. They really put a number on destroying the psyche of the black man and the black woman. They really concentrated on separating us. They really concentrate, and we've fallen through the snowball effect. Why? Because a lot of us don't know. We're going with the flow and not knowing who threw the snowball. But we're blaming her and she's blaming us. Instead of we pointing at the system and the spirit. A man loves his woman and a woman loves her man. She don't care. And real people know out of all of the great leaders, has always been a great woman. But the problem is a lot of these women just want to be women and just want to be a woman. Meaning you don't bring anything, intangible things to the table. You bring no substance to the table. The only thing you bring is what the rest of the women bring on the stripper pole. But then you try to isolate or make yourself better than them and these things. But the problem is you have to bring something to the table. And this is why I tell my brothers and sisters, find you a good woman is a diamond in the rock. Because they're out there. It's just society have messed them up. Society told them, you're beautiful. You're this, you're that. But no one wants to correct her. No one wants to tell her when she's wrong. Because why? She's by herself. Vulnerable, alone, scared, crying, trying to fit in, trying to make ends meet, succeeding, excelling. And a lot of times she's doing it with no help by nobody. So I commend those sisters that do that. But the problem is, it's those who meddling, putting the emphasis. Because I know for a lot of women that I personally know don't think that way. The problem is there's too many people with a voice that shouldn't have a voice. And they want to create a narrative that all black women think like that. And I'm saying so-called. And all black men think like that. And I say so-called. Yes, a lot of us are confused and distracted, but Judge Joe Brown is trying to tell people who don't want to listen and don't want to know that this is the only way you're going to be respected. And the respect is in every culture, the man have to be first. The man have to be looked upon as the hero, as an inspirational genre. But when it comes to so-called black folks, it's the black woman. And like I said before, when are we going to wake up, man? We want to know it's divide and conquer, conquer and divide. When we're going to know these narratives and these topics only divide us even more than what we're already doing. We're behind. We don't have time to be sitting here doing gender wars and picking fights and talking about, oh, it's the black man's fault, the black woman's fault. Oh, is this, is that. We don't have that type of time, man. While we argue and bicker, the people that be, the power be, are just running roughshod on our children, and they're getting even deeper and more lost than what it is. But when it comes to us, we the only race of people want to look at your woman as the leader. And that's wrong. Because the man have to be the leader. Not saying women have lead, because throughout history, it always been great women that lead it. But it always came back to the man. It always came back to the way the Most High God said. The Most High God is over Christ. Christ is over the man is over the woman, and the woman is over the child. And I say shalom, and I tell my brothers and sisters to give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying, I got 400, 500, trying to get 1,000. So if you brothers can help me, let me know what you think. Let me know your opinion. I understand that I have another channel. That's why I wanted to do some more things, but YouTube been really hitting me hard on this channel. I did a lot of live converts, a lot of scriptures with the Bible, but because a lot of stuff I had on there got on their nerves and their opinion, they didn't want to like it. So I'm asking for my brothers and sisters, especially in the truth, to hit me up. Thank you.